how do they achieve this? We didn't really get to see them do too many achievements in that first game, but I hope that they've addressed at least some of those issues. Hector was uncontested. Gunnar became a problem that they couldn't really deal with, and well, they might get a casual kill on Moo, maybe even get a... They didn't kill Lelis at all last game, so that's another, like, the Phoenix was untouched, and it was basically just Moo and Yamson.
They should get kills this game. Like, you don't have the save potential that you did in game 1. Sure, you still have the Venge, and Darkseer will buy some support items. However, last game you had the Venge, you had the Phoenix, and you had the Dawnbreaker with the Ags. This man is Grandmaster, Wraith King, every skin unlocked. We're going to comfort.
Yeah, I do recall Slawi back in Hippomaniacs would really like to go to this Wraith King pick from time to time. I think the biggest issue with the team was he wasn't really the star player of the team. That was when the types of Supreme and Saberlight were the people everybody were watching, like, oh, these guys are pretty good. And Slawi was just kind of living in the shadow, but he would play heroes like Wraith King from time to time and have a good time. Then again, you got another Wraith King. I was about to say CK specialist. Well, you do have a CK specialist as well in K1 Hector, but he, like you said, he is the king of Wraith King, the KWK.
Hector, KWK. Anyway, we're going to play a lot of pressure to Hector down here, for sure. I'm trying to take a look at the laning matchup, and but I'm not really, like, super confident on that one, because Tiny with tree grab can get a lot of denies, but he is applying a lot of pressure as of now, but kind of missing some CS, unfortunately, with this tear, but still doing good damage here. Gunnar, he'll get level 2 now. Sorry, I like watching the first couple of lane levels on mid lane. They matter so much.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy for the Tiny, but we've seen that Gunnar can come out thriving from difficult situations. Yeah. But if Lund can find a kill on Gunnar, that would be absolutely huge. Getting the Quap extra experience early on from a kill, opening up the lane, keeping the Tiny behind, who is very rotation heavy, basically. We've always lived in a term of, we see Tiny in the game, we expect
Boo's in trouble.
Gank, but let's see what they can do with this.
Oh, he got
Slawi should get the stun connection, but not too much damage onto Moo. He drops down a half. Bit risky as well. They're all very low movement speed heroes.
I think they kind of did not play that the best they could have. Slawi, he summoned his skeletons, but stunned too early, because the stun will trigger your skeletons to attack the target, but they have to be summoned first. So and it takes a little bit for the animation to go off. So he didn't get all the skeletons to attack Moo, and then he kind of just didn't follow him either. So a little bit of misexecution there, but still doing fine in the lane, still farming. But Moo free farming, CK free farming, and Gunnar also free farming. Not particularly good news if you're a Sand King Gómez fan here, as all three lanes are not particularly going great as of now, but it's still early on.
So very early on, but surely the lanes are in a bit of peril. You need to address them pretty early on. Gunnar is just having a field day right now, 12-6 in terms of those CS. And also the 8 denies. He's got high right-click damage for sure. But it is a melee versus range matchup, which, well, let's look at top lane. Chan is actually pretty low. Moo does get stunned up by the Inkswell, so close attempt onto the Grimstroke. Lelis probably just needing a right-click and a Fate Bolt. Finish off the job.
Yeah, Darkseer, another... Oh, he missed the vacuum on top lane, but nobody saw that, actually, only me.
Nope.
Regardless, I was going to say, Darkseer is a hero that's pretty decent versus Wraith King as well, because you want to use your skeletons, right? To survive, to push out lanes, to farm, do damage. But against Ion Shell, they kind of just melt.
Oh, the Skywrath Mage in trouble in the bottom lane. Nine going to get pulled in with the Blood Grenade, and that's going to be first blood. Yamson to pick it up. K1 Hector to provide the extra battery. First blood for Nouns. Top lane also a bit of damage dealt onto Slawi. Down to 200 HP. And ready with the Fate Bolt is Lelis. They just need a little bit more to snipe this Wraith King. So they're keeping him on his toes.
Mu has no mana, ends up using a Lotus. No Vacuum either. And he has a Fate Bolt. He might just
he's just toying with John here.
No vision. If he wanted to, he could have dropped a Sentry in there and got the vision and killed him, but...
Always a bit too far away for the Fate Bolt.
Nah, I mean, sometimes getting a kill
better,
isn't
keeping
worth
him
it.
low, yeah.
Yeah. If it was first blood, I say go for it. But if it's not first blood, if he's useless and can't do anything, he has a salve now. So maybe it would have been better to kill him. But he wouldn't know for sure. And you're going to see Mu on the top lane. Just he summons the skeletons on the Wraith King. But Mu with the Ion Shell, they don't really care. They're just going to nuke him down. He's not going to get a lot of effect here from
extra farm.
These Skelly bros.
As they come back up of their graves and give that extra 5 gold per Skelly.
I mean, the gold really doesn't matter. It's more of like, this is a critical part of your hero concept. Like, you do most of your damage through these skeletons. And you also farm. That's your farming tool. Sven has cleave.
Okay, one. Oh, he's in trouble. He's got a fairy fire, though. But can they extend for the kill? That arcane bolt
got a range
should
drop.
finish him off.
No. Oh,
he turned around.
He turned. Okay. I mean, he probably would have got chased down for one more overwhelming odds. But, yeah.
Oh, well.
Venge went mid to... I didn't see what happened there, actually. Maybe we'll never know.
Talking about mid, Lund has been catching up in CS. 22 to 23, but Gunnar with that ridiculous amount of deny so far. Skywrath Mage not feeling too healthy with Yamsun on his tail, but there goes the toss from Gunnar. And one more hit from Yamsun should do. For a moment, it looked like he was in the edge of the stairs. He could have had a high ground miss, but...
And Laylis with the DD, he's just going to right-click Sean down. See you later.
Just enjoying. 3-1 for Nouns. Even a rotation towards mid by Lelis. Got telekinesis in 3 seconds. Lund has now leveled up his blink. Does the Fate Bolt do enough, though? He wants to leave it for Gunnar. Yeah, they're going to
He didn't blink.
He didn't blink. He never did.
He never did.
Oh, well. John going for the turnaround, trying to catch the Lelis. The stun should... No, the creeps. The creep does basically a pixel away. Oh, if the creeps didn't block him, he might have actually gotten the Inkswell stun. But Gunnar! Oh, now Gunnar's in trouble. Yeah, Gunnar's down. Okay, very back-to-back. Wisdom rune battles. Nah, not real battles.
I mean, that's a Gunnar death rate.
And Lund
just like, yeah, there's no way these guys can kill me.
Move down to 200 HP. Lund, he did use his blink this time. It's very close if he catches an eye on him. Puts down the ward. And very close to getting the kill. Oh, he only just realizes that Dark's just gone away the other direction. So he's going to miss out on the kill. He just respawned TP top trying to get a kill.
He didn't go Sonic Wave, so he won 3 points in Shadow Strike for the laning stage. Opted out of the Sonic Wave, so doesn't get the kill. I think without Sonic Wave, it's a little difficult to go for those plays there. But at the end, he only lost a little bit for that rotation. Kind of annoyed Mu. It was fine. It's not going to be game-breaking. What could be game-breaking is who gets this 8-minute rune and what happens with it. As with 2 seconds, it's coming out, and the supports are ready for Nouns.
Denying the haste rune.
No rune for anyone.
Could have been a good rune for the Tiny to have. Want to make that quick rotation on Gunnar. Going to be denied this time. Smoke being bought for Yamsun, so they're definitely looking to make a play at some stage in the coming minutes. Probably not with the CK, but maybe with somebody else. Sean was actually going for Lelis there momentarily, but the Inkswell not close enough. And onto the Vengeful Spirit. Yamsun going to get targeted by 9 and Dutcho, and that should be our first duel. Stun thrown in. It's going to be a close one, but they got it. Gunnar also rotating in. Oh, casual chicken walks in. I'll smack that down.
It's very graphic if you think about
both
a man
chickens,
with a
actually.
club hitting a chicken.
I mean, both chickens technically, because Venge has the chicken taunt, and Skyrath has always been referred to as chicken. Oh, he's got a stolen duel. Does he get this one? Oh, he's got a...
He gave it just 20 damage for Legion now. What?
Oh, the stolen duel. Now Legion's got more damage than he could have ever hoped to have.
And that's just one of those things when you play Legion, like, you don't want to feed the 0 damage. The way I look at Legion, it's a carry now. And it scales based on how much damage it steals. Giving it bonus damage just literally for free is one of the worst things you can do. So Sand King Gómez off to a much better start this game.
Yeah, happy to take
The
that
Raid
as
Team's
well.
farming. The Legion's having a field day. Quap is struggling, but yeah, kind of expected that one. You're kind of picking blind Quap into mid matchup. And
I guess it's...
Slawi with a rotation, really good.
I guess it's like, for Lelis, maybe worth a little bit of a giggle. Like, okay, I screwed up. We do a bit of throwing. But
It
this
was
is
a
not
bit of throwing
Shopify.
for sure.
This is not Shopify type, but we do a bit of throwing. Well, we do know that nouns from time to time, they can get into this bit of a goofy mode from here and there.
TI qualifier time, it's good to stay loose, but it's never good to lose a game and be like, wow, that was dumb.
Yeah, this is not the tournament for that. I mean, most of these players, this is what they wait for the entire year. They play a DPC, and they still get to play the regional qualifiers, but this is the one that really matters to them all. 4-man rotation, 5-man as the TP coming in as well from Sand King Gómez, and the double duel. That's 1, maybe even 2. Sonic Wave coming in, the Tiny still living. Stolen Sonic Wave from Lelis, turns into a kill. Dutcho down, Gunner low on HP. Basawi coming in, respawning for the second time as John goes back to the battle, but won't be able to catch the Tiny. The Sonic Wave, not going to be enough. Not the scream of pain. Not enough damage. And somehow, Nouns will keep Gunner alive, losing the Darkseer and the Venge, and they get 4 kills for themselves.
Lelis played that one really well. That's how they were able to keep Gunner alive. Sonic Wave to push them all back. Then on the respawn of the Wraith King, he lifts them back just in time, so you can't get that additional Wraithfire blast off there.
Look at his damage.
Really well played by Lelis on that one.
Did 8.4k damage, if I saw correct.
On
Or
what's your
2.4k. I'm not sure if that was an 8 or 2, but still the highest damage output for Nouns that last fight.
If he did 8.4k damage,
Yeah, they would have all died.
got a rampage.
You're right about that. I'm dumb. I'm silly. Well, if he does that again, he might be able to do that.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
8 to 7, 15 kills in 12 minutes. Nice over 1 kill per minute pace. That's what we like to see from a brawl. But it is Slawi in top of net worth. This Wraith King currently 6.7 to Hector's 5.8. Not a huge difference between the two. But this CK only now getting farm active. This Wraith King always has the Mr. Skeletons to help him out.
Yeah. And it's a different game. You see how the farming speed of a CK compared to Sven of last game. It's much different. Of course, Sven isn't going to be good every single game. Well, if you have the type of game you had in game 1, maybe it will be. Oh, are they going to get him here?
Oh, close to getting it, but no.
Oh, he Tumblr Toy to the wrong spot.
Avalanche,
he's
avalanche,
dead.
avalanche. Oh, he anticipated. He anticipated him.
He thought he made it over the cliff. Oh. Never been more happy to have a miscalculation.
Big kill going for Sand King Gómez with K1 and Yamsen finishing off this Queen of Pain. Stun locked on the spot.
Is it a big kill? I don't even know at this point. This co-op is kind of like a creep.
Those supports, duel coming out onto Yamsen, but the Legion Commander getting bullied, still gets the duel victory. And on to the next one they go. It's Gunner this time. This is a very tanky Tiny. They've got the wall placed on the ground. Vacuum already popped as well. And the Grimstroke ult, the Soul Bind. Slowing down Gunnar and Moo on the escape. Lund throws in the Sonic Wave.
gonna
And
get
Gunnar
him?
very low on HP. No blink. They got to get a couple of hits in, but no, he doesn't get it. Doesn't get it. And the surge stolen by Lelis. He's going to be able to get back to safety. And no
Did he
kill
double click it or something? He used overwhelming odds on himself? It's TI time. You can. That's how you know. These mistakes, you know, these players would never make in a pub. You watch them here, they look silly, but that's just the nature of the game.
Yeah.
You got to be able to play under pressure.
Talking about playing under pressure, the last fight in top, Lelis basically salvaged it. He also saved Gunnar's life again.
Radiant are scanning.
Lelis is playing really good this game. It reflects not only in his net worth, as he has now surpassed the Queen of Pain, the enemy mid laner, in net worth, but also has played the support role of buying wards and assisting his teammates as they will kill Moo.
Yeah.
Combination is quite strong. Too much for a Darkseer to deal with.
But it was also Moo who landed a pretty clutch surge
Is under attack.
to get the Tiny out of harm's way, making sure that Quap's not going to be going for a all-in blink to Scream of Pain to try and get the kill. Now he did get picked off in the top lane. All right. Sending every spell that they have in their arsenal to secure that stack. Meanwhile, LC building into the Blink Dagger, still going to take some time. He did build that Blade Mail Rush. And there are games where you highly debate, is Blade Mail Rush really that good on LC? But when you look at it, you've got a Quap able to move around, you have a Sky who can quickly blow up stuff, but you're not getting to play your full-out combo. Silence onto Gunnar before he's able to get any spells off. They still kill off Chan.
Double
Duel
pull.
coming out, and it's another double. They got the Venge. There's this, the big ulti coming out. The Mystic Flare almost finishing off Gunnar, but again he survives somehow. Walks out as that duel expires. And again, a 1-for-1.
These double duels have been pretty cool. They're not getting like double damage off them. There might be a point in this game where they do. But for now, the duels right now they're at least locking 2 heroes down, and he's always getting at least one. Already up to 58 damage. Has the talent of +8 duel damage. If he keeps getting these kills, along with the Blink Dagger also coming, it could be scary. We talked about the game plan post-game of what they need to do. They just got to battle, fight, skirmish. Team fighting is not going to be quite as good. The Queen of Pain is giving a little bit of team fight, but it's not going to be... I mean, maybe it will be as good as the Darkseer. I think with the wave pushing it back and the overwhelming odds, you don't have the best team fight either here for nouns. So this game is much closer. Let's just put it that way. It's a very close game. Slawi's taking ahead in the net worth for his team with the Legion Commander. The only thing you have to be worried about is this Queen of Pain. And I think what's going to come down for Quap is, can she buy an item that is low net worth that has high impact right away?
Well, let's see what this smoke leads into. 3 heroes, maybe 4 heroes, heading over to the bottom lane. And with that Blink reveal, they got the jump onto Tiny, but he survives the duel, and Gunnar trying to make a run for it once again. He lives. The surge just in time, but can they turn this around? Dutcho's at 50 HP, and Hector, he wants blood. He wants to hammer them down. Dutcho and Moo both down. Gunnar went for the sacrificial play. He tried to get something to open up, but he will give his life away for it, and Hector can find a follow-up. The Sonic Wave will push back the CK. And he's going to be a bit too far to catch anybody. The Phantasm Illusions giving him the way, but nobody to be found. And a 2-for-1 trade with the Wraith King just popping his reincarnation. There might be still some action. They're still hanging around. No LC, though. Are they waiting for Yamsen to walk? Oh, they're going to go for it. Go straight for the trees. They see it with the ward, and there goes Yamsen. He's deleted. Maybe even more with Lelis scouted out, but no mana for Mystic Flare. And no slow. Just pops the silence. Prevents him from getting any spells. And Hector. What's a bit of vengeance here?
Oh,
but the X-Well,
okay.
nicely timed there from Chan. Throws in the sub ability. Make sure
I didn't think of that.
That was a good play.
I was wondering, like, yeah, with the shard and the sub ability, you can just instantly take stuns off now. That makes sense why this hero has such a good win rate.
Strong
I
dispel.
was like, yeah, I was like, oh, this is good. This hero, like, you can choose, it'll give you more aggressive options, but The problem before is like getting that strong dispel is a little hard because you had to wait perfect timing. Now you have a 5-second window that you can take off any CK stone.
Look at the river.
Or lift.
They want to use some of that advantage for themselves as well. They're suspecting there's a deep ward placed down. They'll choose to pick up that token and blink away. Quick pick off for them. But yeah, indeed, that's what seems to be working in their favor. Like that strong dispel with the ink swell, very handy. And obviously the sub ability, just having that ability to cancel the ink swell whenever you want to, canceling the right click animation from the CK, even if your hero is stunned, you get rid of the stun, and you also prevent them from dying from that crucial one right click that would have finished his life. Very, very perfect timing there. Couldn't have been better.
Yeah, not really. And Solar Crest on Binge, Darkseer,
Interesting.
Vanguard.
John wants to build an Ags as well on this Grimstroke. Is it that good when you're controlling a CK illusion? It's not the best, but is it
It's
really
definitely
that
not the best, but it's definitely not bad either.
good? Okay.
It's a bit greedy for my taste. I'd rather him play support than try to play carry. But if he does get to it, it comes down to the question, is that 4,200 gold going to be the best usage of gold he could possibly use it for? I don't think so. I think having more saves would be better. But they are playing that style. Everyone's kind of playing for themselves here. Legion, he's going carry items. Grim's going carry items. Quap is going for the carry items. Reminds you of a pub, right?
Nice catch on Lund there, but the vacuum still not enough. Still blinks away. Oh, but here comes the blink in onto the Vengeful Spirit, but nice toss save from Gunnar.
Okay.
Buys the time necessary for Yamsen to live. And the turnaround, Dutch show to fall. Slawi coming in with the blink, goes for the initiation onto Yamsen, still trying to finish him off and finally gets him out of the way. But the Soulbind, and at the same time countered by Mu dropping the wall. Sean in trouble. Silence onto K1, but it doesn't matter. Hector's still gonna hunt him down to the ends of the earth. Finish off one, finish off two, get a double kill for himself. Sanking Gómez paying a heavy price.
Yeah, these last couple of fights have been saved by swaps on the duel, tossing the duel target. It's like he goes on the Venge, right? Because he doesn't want him to swap and save him. But instead, Tiny saves the Venge with a toss. It's getting a little annoying here for Legion to play, but Nouns are playing these fights really well with the tools that they have available to them. Maybe they have to wait for these situations yet again where maybe you can't duel until you see the Soulbind. Because it's not going to be so easy to save two targets.
It is some good prevention coming out from Nouns, having these answers against the duel, against the Soulbind answers. That you still have the toss to throw people to safety. You have a lot of stuns to prevent the frontliners from blowing up the targets being dueled. Because Gunnar still wants to be that backline sniper, right? He wants to just find a squishy Skywrath, maybe even a Queen of Pain, but would love to just finish off Quap and Grimstroke. These are like, sorry, Quap and Grimstroke. The Sky and Grimstroke. Sorry, these are the two heroes he really wants to find. But at the moment, it's him saving his allies from the initiation. Sanking Gómez is throwing their way.
And it's going to come down to Hector as well on the CK. Is this hero going to be the end-all carry of this game? Maybe. He is farming heavy, but so is the Wraith King. But I feel like between the two carries right now, the CK is more favorable, but you do have the Grimstroke behind you as the Wraith King. Whereas behind the CK, not so much. Like, when you pick Venge, you're thinking about swap saving people or doing aggressive swaps, but CK is generally not a hero that needs saving because he is playing around the illusions. So it's still a good lineup overall. Sanking Gómez in a much better spot than they were in game number one, that's for sure. There's definitely lots of things they can do to win this game. Looks like they're going to trade tier 2s here. I don't think Nouns should defend it, nor should Sanking Gómez try to defend their tier 2 here, as they both will die relatively at the same time. But Roshan is now on the Radiant side here, and I think you can just go and collect this right now. And now it comes to the decision. What do you want to do if you're Nouns? Do you want to push high ground, or are you going to defend this Rosh?
Looks like they're
You
picking
can
the
trade
tier
for a
2
tier
tower.
2 mid,
Yeah.
but that's like, that's not a good trade in my eyes.
Yeah, it's not an objective you would want to prioritize, at least when you're trading off against a Roshan. This is a trade that Sankin Gómez is happy to take. Nouns are waiting for somebody to show up, but there's nobody there. And by now, they should be getting an indicator that, guys, I think we're late. This could be also troublesome if they don't finish this tower. Well, they do. But if they were a bit slower pushing that tower down, Sankin Gómez, they could just teleport to that tower, defend it as well, after taking the Aegis.
It's just the way the map has been changed of the twin gates and Roshan being on the corners of the map. Like, these mid towers no longer have the value that they used to be. Before, I'd been like, wow, losing mid towers are really bad because you can no longer defend Roshuls in the middle of the pit. But nowadays, it's you lose a couple mid towers and you're like, this doesn't really impact the game very much. It's like an inconvenience at most. Whereas this Aegis could define the game, as they're going to go into the Tormentor here for Sankin Gómez and try to clean that one up with 3 heroes here. And they are currently losing to the Tormentor. That seems to be happening a lot. Tormentor is a very strong creep.
Still a 6k lead for Nouns, but numbers are numbers in the end. Still has to go down to the human factor. To finish off these games, Skyrath lining up a Boots of Bearing. I was a bit curious about. I guess he's the right hero to build it. Nobody else really wants to get it, especially when Grimstroke's still dreaming about that Aghanims.
My man has big dreams here.
He does. Reminds me of some of those pause 4, pause 5 players when you're like, oh, I see a lion. What? He's building a heart? I've seen that.
What lion is made of heart?
In Riyadh Masters, there was a game we were casting, one of the East European.
Oh, really?
I think it was Antares who was building a heart online in a game they were already winning.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, I mean,
sure.
you do you at this point.
Yeah. But that's a game that they're winning really hard. It doesn't matter what he buys.
Yeah.
This is not the case here in this game. I really think Grimstroke and the supports should be focusing on buying items that will allow them to not get one shot by time. I think that's pretty important.
Lund?
And that would be like Glimmer Caves. That would just be some raw HP items, Aeon Discs, these type of items.
Lund is the one also carrying that Aegis on the Queen of Pain. Don't really want it on a Wraith King. He's not exactly the best carrier of the item. You get a 3rd life, but most of those lives are usually spent on... By the time they've killed you the 2nd time, they've already got all their stuns back up, so... Just gonna spend your time standing still, getting stunned, and getting killed.
Yeah, Queen of Pain has the Aghanims available now, so that Shadow Strike upgrade is there. A little more AoE damage. Definitely helps against the CK solutions.
Yeah.
Speaking of
They're coming to defend. They're coming to defend this tower. Hector and Gunnar both in the front line. They don't have everybody there. They don't have Yamsen. No swap save for you, but they will try to initiate. They got Dutcho. They got Dutcho first, and now Slowly going to be battling it out. They got the Soulbind connecting both the Rubik and the CK, and there goes Lelis. That's got to be a 1-for-1. Can they get more? They got the Quap Ox already doing some work. K1 going to a straight for 9. Wants to get that Skyrath, but he's not going to be fast enough to catch him. And now onto Lund he goes. He can't find any other target. Has to focus him down. They got buyback coming out from Dutcho. He wants to retake part into this fight, and he will be. And Slowy gets the stun on Hector just before he gets that teleport through. And he needs some help, but he's not going to be tanky enough. And there, the raid boss, the CK is down. Sankin Gómez finding 3.
I feel really bad for this Legion. He's been so close to this BKB, but he had to buy back that fight. Like, it'll mean the world to him. And what I even feel worse about for him as well, like, that fight, he dueled the Tiny. We're talking about the swaps and the tosses during the duels. The Reality Rift was the game changer on that one. It pulled him away. There's so many ways to reposition this Legion commander, and BKB will fix a lot of those issues. Maybe not so much against DK when he gets level 20 and he gets the talent of Reality Rift Pierce to spell immunity. But at least at that point, you're evading a lot of the magic damage that's coming your way from, like, Laylas.
Middle tower has fallen.
Of
But
course,
pretty good fight overall. You did expend a buyback. That could be a factor later on. I really want Ducho to really focus super hard on, first of all, not feeding this gem that he just got handed, but finishing that BKB. We saw
wasn't
how much damage he got in the
Yeah.
early game, and it's just like he hasn't got any since.
And it was a really good start for the fight too, because Yamson wasn't there. He was still in the next to the portal, basically, the twin gate, by the time the fight broke loose. So he was a bit late, didn't get that extra damage and for his team. And perfect timing for Sankin Gómez. But nouns, they've smoked up as 4, placing, or at least living around those wards they've placed down earlier. Could establish more control next to the outpost. Slawi shows himself in the lane. They're going to get the early jump on the Wraith King, but that's a pretty difficult target to work on at the start of the fight. Yamson going to get hit by a Shadow Strike. That's about it. That's it for that fight. They're pinging the tier 1 in top.
Yep. I was just watching Yamson ward that, waiting for a fight there. Do you remember the patches where those 2 high grounds,
Yeah.
people just sit there and ward and just AFK there forever?
Yeah.
Can't
Classics.
do that anymore.
Radiant
As soon as you do that now, you literally just you play around these gates on the sides of the map. You don't care about the middle of the map anymore. It's all about the sides of the map.
is under attack.
What a wonderful patch, I think.
Are
Honestly, I've really
way.
enjoyed this patch. I think it's made the game so much more refreshing.
It's at least it's something different compared to what we were used to for so many years. That it was always about the middle areas and the jungles, but now more increasing the map size, being able to play around different areas, controlling the
They're going high
sides.
ground here.
Oh, let's see what they can do here. They got themselves the CK already. That was the Wraith King, not the CK. Got themselves a grab. Popped him the first time. Back wall catching too. London trouble. The Queen of Pain. Oh, barely gets himself out. But Slawi not going to be as lucky. And that's the Wraith King down. A perfect start for nouns. And they can clean up to take down more. They've got the Skywrath. And now following all the way. Still trying to get a catch onto this Legion Commander. Or maybe even the Queen of Pain. Lund, he was so close to dying. Barely survives. But Dutcho just gets the blink out. Hector. Shadowblade already run out. No gem there, so Dutcho, he's gonna be safe in the end.
That's exactly how you want to take those fights if you're announced. You want to just poke at the Wraith King. Don't commit. Burn his first life, and then after that, then you can commit. They just throw some like Venge Stun. CK has the Shard available. They're just using some lifts, some Fade Bolts. Just throwing all these long range spells on them.
1 meter swap.
They got the dual damage to
duel.
86.
Dire's top tower is under
These
attack.
can add up. You got to be a little bit careful. I
Slowly
oftentimes
climbing up.
like to say I don't mind when you feed offlaners if it's for space, but Legion's the exception. He's like the one hero as an offlaner that you just cannot feed.
One of those super annoying games again where you're trying to play the sides as a support. If there's any heroes like the IOs, the Spirit Breakers, stuff like that, they just prevent you from doing it. And then LC is one that even gains benefit of you doing that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Just counteracts your entire idea of playing the sides.
Yeah.
Probably also a big reason in the popularity of this hero. Just the way it
For
fits
sure.
into the meta.
Dire's bottom tower.
Yeah, with all the changes, its laning stage, how the map is played, everything is a factor for sure. And we're seeing a smoke come out now, and Hector's doing a farming ult right now. So if they do take this fight
Yamson's also
It'll
still
be-
pretty far.
without the CK ultimate,
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
but
They
they still
went
want to fight even
straight
without it.
head on.
They know.
They would have been able to catch without, but oh, that's a perfect jump from Dutcho. Actually finds
They
everybody,
can
but
get
a
him.
beautiful two-man stun coming out at the same time. And now K1 forces 9 away. He's going to get some of the heal from Dutcho. And now they've got themselves the Vengeful Spirit and the CK both in the Soulbind duel coming out. They're evaporating one by one. 2 heroes gone from nouns, and that Gunner Tiny could be looking like a third, trying to finish off the Wraith King's first life, but that's just the first life, not the second one, the one that really matters. Gunner down. And only
Moo
2
has no mana for
survivors.
CP.
And Moo.
He's got no mana.
Oh, Mana Boots into Bleak Home.
Okay.
Still
Mana Boots just got up.
costly for nouns, and that's a Roche for Sankin Gómez.
I was a little worried for Sankin Gómez there, I'm not gonna lie, because Ducho went in, he saw the Wraith King. Or sorry, not the Wraith King, he saw the Chaos Knight, and he just didn't duel him. knowing that there was no ulti there. And it goes back to, why did they try and take that fight with no Phantasm? I really think they need that ability to win team fights. If they're just using it to farm, they kind of have to forfeit areas. And sure, Hector did some damage to the tier 3 bottom tower with his ultimate and pushed mid lane as well. And he got gold, but they need to win the team fights. So I think they should chill out on using the CK ultimate for scouting and farming and try to use it more for the team fights, or at least be on the same page of what they want to do.
Radiant are scanning.
Just like that, another Aegis on to the Queen of Pain here. With a Shiva's guard completed. This game is getting harder and harder for Hector.
It's already been looking pretty difficult for him and continues to grow even more harder, even more difficult.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think he had an idea of building a harpoon at some point, but I believe he's scrapped that idea completely. For the time being, at least. Working on a Manta style. He does have that Mage Slayer.
Dire are scanning.
Well, the Mage Slayer will not be for Manta. That'll be for the Bloodthorn.
That would be the Bloodthorn, yeah. But he also has Manta lined up, so he's probably
He does?
contemplating.
Does he get rid of Armlet for Manta? Does he get rid of his boots? He's gonna have to get rid of something.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Starks here for the Crimson Guard. Rubik for the Ags. Actually, pretty damn good game for Rubik to build an Ag. So they do have some scaling on the side of nouns. It's not just the Rubik, but there's a lot of ways that they can still scale into the game, especially with Tiny and the Aghanims build-ups. Allows them to play the game a little bit differently. But most importantly, Lelis, who has been a highlight character for nouns this game. It's not been a Hector show. It's not been a Gunner show. It's really been like Lelis, Moo, who have absolutely been on point this game. Moo maybe a couple deaths here and there, but doesn't take away from the whole picture that he's enabling his team a lot. So Aghanim's Rubik can be huge.
Oh, he's blinked in on Sean.
Blind. Soulbind kind of wasted here. But they got the tower. Maybe that's what they wanted all
Gunner's
along.
ratting top lane too.
All right, trying to keep the lane forced out of their base, at least. That's the final tier 2 tower gone from nouns. Next is the ticket to high ground.
I've been trying to justify why Gunner has a Sange and Yasha this game. I can't find
Is under attack.
a good justification right now. Like dual duration less, soulbind duration less, silence less. I mean, I guess those are some things. But then he's like skipping out on BKB, which he's going back for anyway. He's not getting that Daedalus online to do the damage. Sometimes he's like to go for the Axe.
You're kind of pointing it out, Fear. Less everything. And there goes Moo. Not for the first time. Oh, not Hector. Oh, this is massive for Sankin Gómez. Catching Hector on the run. Dual victory for Dutcher. 180. No need to run to your base when you can 180 to the enemy base.
Guys.
Yep.
You could. You could. I think it's just kind of feeling like I'm just looking at the items of all these teams, and Sankin Gómez they're stronger in almost every aspect. This CK pick is just not really working out for them. The Tiny mid is definitely not working out for them. I think Gunner on this Tiny has way less resources to do things than he would on, let's say, his Embers and heroes like that. They're going to lose this side.
Yeah. That is a painful jump from Slawi. Maybe a swap save from Yamsun could do something,
double
but
duel,
not enough. And
double
the double
damage.
duel, double damage, just like Fear said. And now with the buybacks, trying to retaliate. Dutcho pops the cheese just in the nick of time. Full heal. Melee racks cleaned out. Bottom racks completely gone. Nouns, you're in trouble now.
That's
If you weren't already.
56 damage. Oh, they're in really big trouble because their lineup. I was trying to justify Sankin Gómez's lineup like not being good in late game earlier on in this draft, and I was like, well, everything is relative in Dota, and their late game relative to Nouns' late game is comparable. In fact, it could potentially be even better. Because like if you look at what we have illusions on Darkseer, we have illusions on Chaos Knight, and we got a Legion Commander, right? This hero loves playing against illusions. And of course, the Queen of Pain's building into Shivas, you got the Aghanims, Octarine build. They've got a lot of AoE in that regard. Now, Wraith King has a 25% cleave talent. So this illusion strategy they have, it's not that scary anymore.
Hector charging in. He's under a sentry ward.
Alone.
They know where he
He's
is,
alone.
and they're going to get the jump on him. He's got no backup right now. Any save, nothing. Hector out of play. Now,
Whoa. That is worrisome.
That is very
He was on a
worrisome.
completely different page to the rest. His rest of his team was turtling. He ran out alone. Maybe he made the
follow-up, no
call,
backup.
go, let's go fight.
And that's just another list of things that Nouns they're struggling with right now. They just lost their carry all by himself. Oh, Gunnar, he tosses a creep. Poor creep. Don't bully him. Does throw out the dagger. Prevents Gunnar from going in for any further blink plays as they finished off the mid-racks. And one more to go.
Radiant's top tower
Mo goes in, 3-man vacuum wall can be placed down, but Gunnar, he doesn't have the damage. This just not sufficient. Yamson tries to help him out. That's another one gone. Gunnar into the duel. 300 and not 22, 32 duel damage for Dutcho. And that's GG. We are going to a game number 3 with Nouns and Sand King Gómez.
A bit unsurprising here to see the favorite already losing a game in the first round to a team that I don't think anyone would put in their top 3 in North America Division.